Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Buddhist Church of Oakland. Just a second. Okay. I had to turn off my speaker. I was feeding back here. Thank you very much for being here. My name is Robert. Once again, welcome on this nice Sunday morning. A couple changes today. Reverend Bridge is out of town, and filling in today is, of course, our own Reverend Michael Endo. So nice to have Reverend Michael here to officiate today's service and deliver today's Dharma Talk. So we will start this morning's service with the chanting of Jusei Ge, and that's, whoops.
23 and 93.
Was it 93?
23 and 93.
23.
女分無限地津田未不詳願学へり投資最小尊志願若か大戦の感動国書店に統治の権生だぶなまだぶなまだぶなまだぶなまだぶなまだぶがんにしくどく平等世界道本母大心往生あ南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏。
Okay. Okay. My apologies. We're having some technical difficulties. So for those of you who are on the YouTube broadcast, we weren't able to broadcast the chanting, and probably not the three treasures either, which is actually going to be done next. So we'll be reciting the three treasures on page 3 in the small purple book. That'll be led by Reverend Endo. Sensei?
Three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Buddha Dharma, now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves your supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. As the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in your life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Okay, thank you very much. And now for today's Dharma Talk, I'll turn it over to Reverend Michael Endo. Sensei?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Happy early Thanksgiving. Everybody's got your turkey? No? You better hurry up. It takes about 4 days to thaw. Yeah, thank you for joining us this morning for this morning Sunday service. Let me begin with a short statement. If you could join me in Kansho. The Nembutsu, which is the fragrance of light, is like incense that permeates each of our being, leading us to a life of gratitude and appreciation. Namandabutsu, namandabutsu, namandabutsu. Again, good morning. In September and October, end of September, beginning of October, Bishop Harada, myself, and Reverend Kusunoki from the Seattle Betsuin, Rinban at Betsuin, we accompanied 13 members of the BCA and BCA Hawaii minutes away from the training center. And so each morning we had to be there by about 6:30. So Bishop, Reverend Kusunoki, we're all waking up about 4:30 to get ready to leave. And we take a taxi, catch the 6:10 taxi in front of the hotel and make our way over to Nishiyama Betsuin to be there in time for the 7 o'clock service. So the main purpose we were there was to help assist with the liturgy, the chanting, and the various rituals and ceremonies that we as ministers have to learn in order to become priests of Jodo Shinshu Hongan-jiha tradition and receive our ordination. And this includes, how to chant Jusege, how to chant Sambutsuge, Jusege, which is what we did this morning, how to chant the Shoshinge, and a number of other sutras that are part of our tradition, and also how to read the letters of Renyo Shonin, Gobunsho, which is what you could find these items in the big, larger purple service book in front of you. And even to the simplest thing is how to do gassho, how to do gassho the proper way. This is so important that one of the instructors took time out of the evening service after concluded to go over the importance of gassho with our foreign group. And he spoke to them for about 20 minutes, just the importance of gassho. And we could do that. We can do that at another session or something. But so how to gassho, how to sit properly, how to carry oneself, how to walk properly when you're conducting services and ceremonies. So we have a training center and a study center here in Berkeley, Jodo Shinshu Center. And this is at the Jodo Shinshu Center is where we conduct pre-training sessions for our Tokudo candidates that are planning to go to Japan. And so we usually have about 4 seminars leading up to their trip to Japan, leading up throughout the year. And so one of the most basic primary duties for us as ministers is preparation of the temple, of the altar, the naijin, the hondo here for service, right? And especially the onaijin, getting the onaijin ready. And so at these sessions, I usually lead this initial orientation for our Tokudo candidates on what it is you need to know, the basics as in preparation for becoming a Jodo Shinshu Soryo minister. And so there's four phrases that we use, that we teach to them. And the 4 phrases are Tenka, Tenshoku, Guhan, Guko. Tenka, Tenshoku, Guhan, Guko. Tenka, basically, when I come in the morning, when Reverend Bridge comes in the morning, we turn on the lights to the hondo, tenka. Ne? Tenshoku would be the lighting of candles in the onaijin, if the candles are to be lit for that particular service. As you see in our altar today, we traditionally just use these wooden candles in place of lit candles. For major services, you'll see that we have regular candles lit, but that would be tenshoku, so the candles would be lit. And then guhan. Guhan is the offering of either rice, or here at Oakland, we have a tradition of either offering obuppang, rice, or as you can see on some of our Sundays, we offer bagels. Why do we offer bagels here at our church? This was a tradition started by Reverend Umezu. So the offering of rice in Japan, it was a tradition because of the importance of rice as a staple to their diet in Japan, right? And so Reverend Umezu thought, well, here in America, why don't we adapt and we look at bread as a staple for America, right? And so we kind of kept this tradition for certain services. And so this morning we have obuppang, but we would offer the rice third. And then finally, right before the service begins, we offer incense, guko, in all of the at all of the altars here in our onaijin. So of course, there's many other things we do, not just those 4 items. We dust, we vacuum weekly in preparation for the services. But these are the 4 basic things that ministers need to know in preparation for a service. So today, I wanted to talk of these 4 items. I wanted to talk in particular about incense. Incense. Why do we offer incense in our temples? Right? It's a very important Buddhist tradition, not just for our tradition, but other Buddhist traditions, and the offering of incense. And so this is something that everyone here does, right? Everyone takes part in this practice of offering incense when you come into our hondo, into our chapel here. So we're often asked as ministers, well, why do we offer incense, right? So my common response would be, well, number one, as you come forward to in front of the Buddha, it's an offering on our part to the Buddha of incense, this beautiful, fragrant item that we're able to burn and to receive, right? And to offer to the Buddha. And also, in offering incense, obviously you have the beautiful scent, the beautiful smell. This is to prepare our mind and bodies in order to receive and to hear and to listen to the Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha, right? In some traditions, they say, well, we offer incense in order to purify ourselves, purify our body. And in one sense, that's a good way to look at why we offer incense, right? Anybody been to Tokyo? Anybody been to Japan? And if you've been to Japan, you've been to Tokyo. Anybody been to Sensoji or Asakusa, the temple in Asakusa, the one with the huge red lantern at the entrance, right? When you finally reach the temple, in front of the temple, there's a huge incense burner, right? And you're able to, you could, for a donation, you could buy incense sticks and you light them, and everybody's putting the incense sticks into that huge, huge incense burner in front of the temple. And so there's so many people offering incense that this cauldron is just billowing with smoke, right? I'm sure you can recall. And so you may have noticed when people do that, they offer the incense, they may just put their hands together to the cauldron and they're, whatever it is they're saying, maybe some sort of a wish for this and that, and you may notice they're pulling the smoke onto them as if to receive some sort of merit, right, from this smoke. And the intention is all pure for everybody, right? Their intention is pure, to receive some sort of goodness, or to, and many times I think they're hoping for good grades, or maybe getting into college, or having a happy married life, or being healthy, things like that. So again, the intention is pure. This is not tradition as Jodo Shinshu, something we do. Our offering of incense is an offering to the Buddha in a way to just settle our minds in order to hear the Dharma, right? Okay. And so I've always explained this as the purpose of our incense offering to Buddha, and allowing the fragrance to help settle our minds to receive the teachings in the Dharma. But I've come to realize that there is a deeper meaning and purpose to incense, to the incense that we offer in our services. Okay? And this I learned through a story, Dharma message from a fellow minister, a Honganji minister. And so his story went like this. So it was a few years ago. He was visiting a family to conduct a memorial service for a family member who passed away. And it was during this visit that one of the family members told him this story. So the family member that passed away was a 98-year-old grandmother. Grandmother is obachan in Japanese, so I'll use this phrase obachan from here on out. But this obachan was a devout member of the temple, and whenever there was a service or Dharma gathering at the temple, she would attend with her son and his wife. The grandmother was an active member of the women's organization, the Fujinkai of the temple, and the choir for many years. And so the minister recalled that when he was a child, this obachan always treated him as if he were her own son. So reaching the age of 98, obachan's life came to an end, and she returned to the Pure Land. It was at this memorial service that obachan's daughter-in-law, who lived with the obachan for many years, shared some of the memories she had of her. And she said, obachan's daily routine was always the same. Every morning she would wake up, she would get dressed, and then she would go and sit in front of her family obutsudan, the family home shrine. And she would offer her morning greeting to Amida Buddha. Good morning, Amida Buddha. Amida-san, ohayo gozaimasu, she would say. And then she would conduct a short morning service. After service and breakfast, she might work in the garden, she might play with the great-grandchildren, or maybe go to the hospital for various doctor's appointments and this and that. And this was her life in later years as she got older and older. And then in the evening, she would again go sit in front of her family Obutsudang and once again say, Amida-sama, today was another day for me to thank you and all of the causes and conditions which allowed me to live this day. Thank you very much. And after saying this, she would conduct yet another short service to end her evening. Today was yet another day. In Japanese, okage-sama de, which is something to say, I was allowed to live this day because of so many causes and conditions. Right? And this was the mother-in-law's way of saying thank you on a daily basis. So living with the mother-in-law for many years, the daughter-in-law went on to explain that they experienced many things in their life together. But the image of her that particularly remained in the daughter-in-law's mind was of her sitting in front of that Obutsudang and bowing her head and reciting the Onenbutsu, Namman Dabutsu, Namman Dabutsu, Namman Dabutsu. This was the mother-in-law that she saw every day. The daughter-in-law went on to explain, she didn't know anything about Buddhism, she didn't know anything about the Dharma, but causes and conditions brought her husband and her together as husband and wife. And because of this, she was able to wondrously encounter the teachings of Jodo Shinshu. And because of the influence and guidance of her mother-in-law and the gratitude that she religiously expressed to the Buddha every morning and every evening. While listening to this story, the minister felt a deep connection that he realized that only the two of them could understand. And at the same time, this minister also felt a wondrous feeling of appreciation for having been able to encounter and to receive the Onenbutsu teaching in his own life. Shinran Shonin makes note of this type of wondrous relationship in one of his poems on the Pure Land, the Jodo Wasan. And it reads, in Japanese, it reads, Zenko nin no sonomi ni wa kouke no aru ga gotoku nari. Kore o sunawachi nazukete zo. Kouke shogun to mosu nari. In reference to those who encounter and think about Amida Buddha, Shinran Shonin explains, such beings are like people who, imbued with incense, bear its fragrance on their bodies. They may be called those adorned with the fragrance of light. Those adorned with the fragrance of light. Fragrance of light, in this sense, refers to the Nembutsu, which is wisdom itself. Nembutsu, the name Namu Amida Butsu, which we recite. And so just as the fragrance of incense is able to permeate various things, the working or calling voice of Amida Buddha becomes the name Namu Amida Butsu, reaching and enveloping all sentient beings, nurturing those who have never encountered or heard the Dharma or have recited the Nembutsu. And so being touched by this fragrance of the light, we are encouraged to live a life that is guided by truth, truth knowing that our birth in the Pure Land, which is the world of enlightenment, is assured. The Nembutsu is great wisdom itself. Right? The Nembutsu is great wisdom itself. And like incense, we are embellished in the fragrant and great light of wisdom of Amida as if it were beautiful incense. Right? And those who are called Zenkonin, whose bodies have been imbued with the fragrance of the light or the wisdom and working of Namu Amida Butsu, will emit this fragrance of the Buddha's wisdom through their presence and the life that they live, and will work to create the chance or opportunity for others to encounter and meet with the heart of the Nembutsu teaching. I think this is the heart of the Obachan for the daughter-in-law. Right? The Obachan became this Zenkonin, whose body was imbued with the fragrance of the light of the Buddha Dharma, of the Nembutsu, which allowed her herself, who knew nothing about the Dharma, knew nothing about Jodo Shinshu, Nembutsu teaching, but was able to capture this beauty and its essence through the life lived by her mother-in-law. So as the minister was preparing to leave the house at the conclusion of the service, the daughter-in-law called him over and asked him, "Can you look at something?" And what she showed him was Obachan's sutra book. Sutra book. You know, the front of the book, the back of the book was worn out and discolored, you know, from Bachan handling it for all those decades and decades of conducting service in front of her Obutsudan. And there were areas where the book was torn, so it was held together with Scotch tape. You know. As he looked at the sutra, the sutra book, the daughter-in-law said, you know, this is Obachan's seiteng. This is her sutra book, which is imbued with the fragrance of the Nembutsu. You know, it may be tattered and it may be dirty, but for me, it is an important treasure that my mother-in-law left behind. And when I think about it, the reason why I was able to meet with the Nembutsu teaching is because of the working of Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion and the guidance and influence of not only my Obachan, but so many other people in her life. And now, as I live a life of Nembutsu, I realize that those who have returned to the Pure Land and have become Buddhas are now returning to me as Namu Amida Butsu. And even in the midst of sadness of their passing, I am reassured that there is a realm in which we continue to be connected. This was the daughter-in-law's parting thoughts to the sensei. And so for the minister, after hearing this beautiful story, he felt that this is what Obachan's sutra book, imbued with the scent of the Buddha, taught him as well. A friend of mine whose temple is right next to Tsukiji Honganji, right in back of Tsukiji Honganji in Tokyo, where the fish market is. Small temple, but it's been there for, you know, long time. And so he's taken over the temple from his father, but he was telling a story that he was off doing a service, and then when he came back, he has a son, and the son saw his dad, ran up to him, and then he says, in Japanese, he was saying, "Oh, kyou nanman dabu datta no? Kyou nanman dabu datta no?" In other words, oh, today was Namu Amida Butsu Day. In other words, you went and did a service. You know, cute, ne? And so that first the father thought, well, why did he think that? And then he realized the father's clothes, or I don't know if he was wearing his robes, I don't know if he said that, but whatever he was wearing smelled like incense. So the son naturally said, oh, you went to do service today, today was Namman Dabu Day. And so the father thought, oh yes, it was. And just this idea of this fragrance of incense on the father instilled in the son this idea that there is a relationship between the teachings, between Amida Buddha and himself. This was how important this idea of the fragrance of the Dharma, the fragrance of the teachings is in our life. And so as you enter our Hondo here, the chapel at Buddhist Church of Oakland, and as you come forward to offer incense on Shoko, I hope that its fragrance will take on a little different meaning for all of you as you come forward to Amida Buddha and you offer this Oshoko and Gassho. And for those who have encountered and think of the Buddha, as Shindan Shonin says, such beings are like people who, imbued with incense, bear its fragrance on their bodies, and they may be called those adorned with the fragrance of light, the fragrance of Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion. As you come forward, if you haven't done Oshoko yet, you're welcome to come forward at the conclusion of the service. And maybe it's a kind of a strange little hobby or thing that I like, but I do, when I go to Japan, I have a tendency to go to an incense store and collect incense, you know, beautiful smelling incense. So you're welcome to look at, there's various types here. You know, normally we buy, it's just incense in a regular paper box, but here there's some very beautiful incense that are in lacquer boxes, wooden boxes and things like that. So please, you know, come forward and have a look. One of them, since I have your attention, so this granulated incense that I have here in this bag, which I don't use very often because, well, this amount, this is the kind you would do Oshoko with, you know. This amount was about double before, so you know, over the years I have used it occasionally for special services here or for a special BCA ceremony. But this incense, double this amount was about $700. And the reason is this incense is called kara, and it's a wood from Vietnam. I guess it's obviously very rare, I guess. But kara incense is very, very expensive. But it's got wonderful, wonderful fragrance. Maybe just before you come forward, I'll burn a little bit here on the charcoal so you can you can smell it. I'll burn about $25 worth. No, just kidding. Yeah, please come forward if you'd like to just see the different types of incense we have here. So again, thank you very much this morning for joining us here at the Buddhist Church of Oakland for this Dharma family service. So please join me in Kansho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Sensei. That was a very nice talk about all your travels, and it's nice to have you back. Will the Sangha please rise for our Gatha Amida's Gift, which is located in one of these blue folders under the letter A, so it's like the second or third page, but it's called Amida's Gift, and would you all please stand? Thank you. Please be seated. Okay, I have a few announcements, if you would. First off, for those of you who are BCO members, your ballots for 2026 Board of Directors is due on Wednesday. So if you haven't filled it out yet, please do. If you want, we can give you a blank one if you want to fill it out today and just leave it here with us. But please fill out your ballots and put them into the office or give them to one of us. They're due on Wednesday, so thank you very much. Let's see. And as a thank you gift, we'll give you a Buddhist Churches of America calendar for 2026. So this just got released by the BCA office, and it's very nice. Shows a lot of our artwork from our various members all over the nation. So this is the 2026 BCA calendar. So they're available downstairs. Next Sunday is Thanksgiving holiday. The office will be closed on Thursday and Friday. No services next Sunday, the 30th, November 30th. Our final Sunday service of the year will be on December 7th, which will be Bodhi Day, followed by our Shotsuki monthly memorial service for the month of December. Also, and then on Sunday the 14th is our Mochitsuki, annual Mochitsuki. So you're welcome to come and help and give us a hand. It's also a lot of fun. And if you do need to place an order, please do so online through BuddhistChurchofOakland.org. And I guess one more thing, let's see. The Dharma School is having a winter toy drive. This is an annual thing that they do every year. And so please bring a unwrap new toys, diapers, new winter coats, paper towels, detergent, toilet paper, cleaning supplies between now and December 8th, which is Monday. So please drop off. There's a bin inside the in the social hall. And then let's see. I had one more. Oh, thanks. There's one more thing from the Dharma School. They're supporting the East Oakland Collective Feed the Hood 35 event on Saturday, December 6th. And so there's a number of things, information. It's available downstairs. Take a look at the flyer downstairs. It's also on the slide presentation. And you can, there's a QR code that you could check that information. So that's another thing that the Dharma School is doing for the community. So thank you very much. Let's see, are there any other announcements at this time? Okay, if not, well, yes. I'm sorry. Oh, Norman. Yes, the same day for Mochitsuki is the OBWA boutique with Momiji Kai, and also the Seas Candy. If you ordered Seas Candy through the Junior YBA, it'll be available for pickup that day. So thank you for reminding me. Sensei?
You know, on the BCA calendar, if you take one with you today, this in particular, this cover photo, a cover picture art, Reverend Harada met this artist, and so you could read about her on the inside cover, but if you look very closely there, the crane, you know, tsuru, origami, it's an origami piece of art, and they're the cranes that we have all learned how to fold before. But these, I don't know how many there are in this picture. I think it may explain it, but that's all created from one piece of paper, one sheet of paper. So look very carefully. He was so impressed with her artwork that, you know, he wanted to. She's not a BCA member, but he met her at some sort of an event. And he realized the importance of this idea of interconnectedness that is sort of the theme of the calendar. And so we wanted to highlight that piece of art in particular. So yeah, please take a look at it. It's really amazing. I can't imagine creating that. She went to Japan to learn this special technique of doing this kind of origami, but I can't imagine doing that and you've gotten up to like 995 and then the paper rips, you know? You know, so lots of patience and enduring. Oh, is that right? Oh, okay. San Francisco in Japantown. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, please take a calendar with you today.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? I guess very quickly, I would like to. Welcome any guests and visitors that are here today, and we welcome you. Thank you very much for coming, and please come forward after the service, and you can offer incense here, and we can give you a hand with doing that. It's very simple. So, okay. Once again, thank you very much for coming and visiting us here at the Buddhist Church of Oakland. Okay, so we'll have our closing gatha now on Doksan 2, which is on page 220 in the large purple book, and it's just this one verse, but it's very meaningful, and it's the translation's on the bottom. Okay. Yes. Why don't we all stand if you're able to? Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Please be seated. This will conclude our Dharma family service here at the Buddhist Church of Oakland for today. I'd like to thank Reverend Michael Endo for officiating today's service and delivering the Dharma Talk, Steve Tadasaki for playing the organ, the host group that hosts, 11? 10. I'm sorry, host group 10 for providing hospitality for us downstairs, for those of us here at the church, and our Zoom crew who took care of the Zoom and YouTube broadcast over the internet. So thank you all very much. Once again, I'm sorry? Oh, yeah, thank you, yeah. Yes, so you're welcome to please come forward and offer incense if you haven't already, and especially for the guests and visitors too. Please come forward. And then we have refreshments and coffee downstairs. You're welcome to visit and ask any questions you may have about the church. So, okay, thank you very much and have a wonderful day.